The saga of Billy Mitchell and Karl Jobst is finally over. Hey guys, February 20 back again, and today we're talking about Billy Mitchell versus Karl Jobst because the case is finally over. It feels like this has been going on forever now, but late last night the judge has ruled in Bill's favor. He won and he was awarded over $250,000, quite a chunk of money that he will be receiving from Karl. Karl's in a lot of hot water right now. A lot of his fans are really pissed. They felt like they were misled. We'll dig into all that. We'll tell you what that's all about. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and read Karl's statement. He does have an official statement that he released. Bill's got an official statement that was released. We're going to go over the case. I'm going to give you guys my opinions. I know everyone's wanting to know. It's no big secret. I was a big supporter of Bill's back in the day. Me and him used to actually be pretty good friends. We used to talk regularly on the phone. That's why I knew Bill had a pretty good case with Karl. I knew the evidence that Bill had racked up on him, and I knew it probably wasn't going to look good for Karl because for some reason, a lot of people thought that this case, Bill versus Karl, was about like cheating allegations. I don't know why like everyone thought this, but everyone thought that Bill was taking Karl to court because he was calling him a cheater and he made all these exposed videos on Bill and stuff like that. That is not why this was taken to court. If you did a little bit of research, if you dug into the actual case itself, heck, Bill has said multiple times why they're going to court. It has nothing to do with cheating or the allegations and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. It has to do with Apollo Legend. For those of you that do not know, I'll give you a quick little backstory, but if you're watching this video, I'm sure you already know. Apollo Legend was a YouTuber who originally made a video called The King of Con and exposed Billy for playing on MAME, and it blew up. It went viral, got millions and millions of views. It put Bill's reputation in jeopardy. A bunch of stuff came out. He got his high scores taken down from leaderboards. You guys know the whole story, right? It was a complete shit show. Bill was pissed, and he went to go sue Apollo Legend for defamation because Bill felt like he did not cheat. So they ended up coming to some type of arrangement. They settled out of court, and they squashed it. Well, then Karl comes out and says, not so fast. Bill put Apollo through so much trauma and all this and that. And unfortunately, Apollo Legend ended up taking his own life. So he did die. And Karl publicly said proudly in the video that, it was probably Bill's fault. He pretty much accused Bill of the harassment and everything that he put Apollo through that it ultimately cost him his life. And obviously you can't do that. Bill obviously responded, made his own video, and then responded legally as well with this lawsuit. So this lawsuit was about Karl claiming that the reason why Apollo is no longer here with us is pretty much because of Bill. Pretty much saying that Bill's got blood on his hands. And obviously that didn't sit well with Bill, and it clearly didn't sit well with the judges either, because Bill won over $250,000. So this doesn't surprise me. Again, this has nothing to do with the cheating allegations and, the MAME and all that stuff. This has to do with Karl shouldn't have said that. Karl said in a public video to his millions of subscribers that he thought Bill was responsible for, what happened to Apollo. And you just cannot do that. That's slander. You just can't do that. You can not like somebody and you can have your own opinions and stuff, but when you say it as a fact and it is what it is. The cards fell where they fell. It sucks for Karl, I guess. That's a lot of money. I don't know where he's going to get it, but I know a lot of people has donated to his campaign, his GoFundMe, and he raised a ton of money for this lawsuit, and he's going to need all of it. And people are not happy. So let's go ahead and respond. Let's go ahead and read Karl's official statement. So he put this on X. I believe it was yesterday. He said, I removed my... No, actually, this was today. He said, I removed my last video. Obviously, people are upset. So it's better that I address the concerns of the public first and make a video explaining everything before releasing future videos. I would just ask that you wait for my video before making a full judgment, because a lot of people are attacking him right now. He said, I'm sorry for releasing the video today. It was due to a sponsor obligation, but that's far less important than addressing your concerns. Now, you may be asking yourself, wait a minute, did he already release a video talking about the court case and stuff like that? As of the time of filming this video, no, he has not. This was an actual, just regular Karl Jobst gaming video. This was like him. I didn't get to watch it because he deleted it, but this was just like probably him exposing something else. Just a regular video with a sponsor in it. And it happened to fall on the same day that the case got, the verdict came out. So a lot of people thought he was deflecting to try to brush it under the rug and not address it. And he's trying to assure everyone that's not the case. And this is that statement. So I guess it is kind of a bad look to release a video like nothing's going on before you actually address what's actually happening that everyone's interested about, because he's been talking about it. He's made so many videos talking about this case, and Billy has been his cash cow. He's made so much money talking about Bill. You would think that would be the next video, and now he's pretty much paying the price here. A lot of people are upset with him. So now this is where he addresses the actual court case. He says, I lost. The judge found Billy to be a credible witness and believed his entire testimony. From that point on, unfortunately, there was really nothing that could have saved me. I will now obviously consider my options. I know many of you will be upset with this, and I'm sorry for that. Thank you again for all the support I've received, and I will endeavor to work as hard as I can to repay all that you are owed. So what's crazy is this actually just got hit with a community strike. People are actually he got fact checked here by the community. And let's go ahead and read what the fact checked is. It says Jobst was unable to defend at least 5 separate claims he made in his videos about Billy Mitchell. The legal challenge primarily contested videos which implied Mitchell's prior behavior and legal actions may have contributed to the suicide of YouTuber Apollo Legend. So, yeah, this is not a good look for you, Karl. Man, you look bad here, and I think this is a horrible response to the verdict. So much so that it is now community noted. You actually got a fact check community note here, because he says, I lost because the judge found Billy to be credible witness and believed his entire ceremony. So are you trying to say Bill was lying under oath about what happened in what you said in the video? Because that's not the case. There was video evidence. It was all saved. It's crazy. This is a really bad look for Karl Jobst. This statement, I'm surprised it's still up. I would have deleted this. I would have been embarrassed to release this statement. It's over and done with. It's not like you can bury yourself any further. The judge gave his verdict. It's not like you can incriminate yourself any further. If it was me, if I was Karl, I would have said, yeah, unfortunately I lost. It's not the outcome I was looking for. Maybe next time in, future videos, I'm going to use this as a learning lesson to maybe, walk that line and not say things unless I know they're actually true. I don't know. I would have gave maybe a little bit more professional response than this. This is pretty much I lost because the judge thought Billy was credible. It's weird. It's a weird statement. It's a weird statement. And of course, Billy Mitchell, his official statement is just resharing drama alerts. Karl Jobst forced to pay roughly all this money for the defamation case. And in true Billy fashion, he writes, Billy Mitchell always has a plan, and then follows it up with nothing like the smell of victory in the evening air. So there's that. So bananas. Now, what do I think about all this? Clearly, I came out and I said I'm no longer supporting Bill, and I still stand true to that. There's too much stuff for me that I know that I know personally that doesn't add up as far as certain things. So yeah, as far as that goes, still not a supporter of Bill. Still think a lot of the stuff he did was shady back in the day, but I had a feeling he was going to win this case. Like I said, I've talked to Bill, in the past. I knew the evidence that he had on Karl, not all of it. You can't say certain things, obviously, because it's a legal court matter, but I knew the gist. Clearly, Karl said what he said in the video, and then he went back and he tried to edit it, obviously, clearly. But, once you put something on the internet, it stays there forever. People can just download the video and they can use it as evidence. And it came back and bit him in the ass. So, I don't know. It sucks for Karl. I'm sure he's going through a lot of stress right now, but I think he's got a lot of money. So much money was donated to him for this. He said he had a lot of legal expenses, he makes it sound like he spent $500,000 in legal fees. I don't know if that's true or not, but And if this is the case, that means Bill himself has racked up a ton of legal fees. And I'm pretty sure in Australia, I think he has to pay Bill's legal fees on top of everything. So he might owe more than the $250,000. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I don't know all the legal mumbo jumbo, but all I know is Bill's getting a fat payday. He's getting a lot of money, a lot, more than I thought. It's insane. It's a big win for Bill. It's a big L for Karl. And in my opinion, the big L for Karl isn't necessarily even the lawsuit. It's his statement after he lost. I don't know. I think it could have been a little bit more professional. I'm a little disappointed. I think a lot of his fans are disappointed with the way he handled it. Sometimes you just need to man up and say, hey, man, I'm going to do better. I'm not going to, make these. That's a crazy claim, man. It really is. Like, I know, people get emotional and they say things, but that's a crazy thing to say in a video. Even if you think it's true, even if you think something's true, to say that in a video is just, oh man, it's just, you're really walking the line there. And the judge clearly thought he crossed it, and that's it. He lost. Bill won. It went kind of how I thought it was going to go. If I'm not going to lie, he got way more money though than I thought. He got way more money. So, hey, I guess good for Bill. I don't know, man. It sucks, Karl. But do better. Do better, man. I don't know. Am I out of line? Leave a comment below, guys. Do you agree with me? Did Karl should he have said something a little bit better in his response? I felt like it was just kind of a shitty response. That's just me being honest. That's just me looking at it from both sides. It just looks like a really shitty thing to say. Like, I don't know. I think you just need to man up sometimes, but I keep rambling. I'm done. That's pretty much all for right now, guys. And as always, there'll be more to come shortly. Thanks again.